All right, let's talk about emergency preparedness. Now, I know what you might be thinking, but this isn't about fear. Not at all. This is about empowerment. It's about getting that peace of mind that comes from knowing you can handle whatever life throws your way. So, you ready? Let's dive in.
So let's kick things off with a pretty eye-opening number. 60%. That's how many people, according to recent data, are just not ready for a major power outage. And look, this isn't a scare tactic, it's just a reality check, you know? It really shows how much we lean on systems we have zero control over, and how fast that can turn into a real problem.
And what does that actually look like? Well, think about it. Just 72 hours, 3 days without power. That's when things can get real, fast. The food in your fridge, spoiled, clean water from the tap, it might just stop. All those services we take for granted, they can start to fall apart. That 3-day window, that's where being prepared makes all the difference.
So I've got a question for you, and I want you to be honest with yourself. If the lights went out right now and stayed out for 3 days, what's your plan? How would you handle it? Seriously, just thinking about that. That's not about creating worry. It's the absolute first step to building a real, solid plan.
Okay, so first things first, we've got to redefine what being prepared even means. Let's just throw out all the old stereotypes and look at this with a fresh, practical, common-sense perspective.
You know the image, right? The Hollywood version of a prepper is all about doomsday bunkers and fighting off zombies. But the reality? It's so much more down to earth. We're talking about being ready for things that actually happen. Things like a nasty blizzard, losing your job out of the blue, or yeah, that week-long power outage. It's about building resilience for your actual, real life.
I love this quote because it just nails the mindset we should have. It's not about the end of the world. It's about life's little emergencies. Think of it like this. Being prepared is the best insurance policy money can buy. It's not for some crazy, far-off disaster. It's for the bumps in the road that can really throw a wrench in things. It's just a smart, sensible investment in your family's security.
Okay, so how do we actually build that insurance policy? I get it. It can seem like a huge, overwhelming task, but it really doesn't have to be. We're going to break it all down into a super simple framework that makes getting started not just easy, but totally manageable.
Here they are. We're going to organize everything around these 4 pillars: awareness, planning, supplies, and skills. I want you to picture a really sturdy table. These are the 4 legs. If you make sure each leg is strong, you've built the foundation that's stable, reliable, and ready for pretty much anything. So let's take a look at each one.
Pillar number 1, awareness. Now, at its most basic level, this just means knowing what's likely to happen where you live. Are you in Tornado Alley? Do you get epic snowstorms, wildfires? But it goes deeper than that. It's about developing a daily skill, just being present, looking around, not having your face buried in your phone 24/7. It's about spotting potential trouble before it actually becomes trouble.
All right, next up is the plan. And honestly, a good plan boils down to one thing: communication. If the cell towers go down, how are you going to reach your family? If you all get separated, where's the meetup spot? Pro tip, have a local spot and an out-of-state contact person, because sometimes it's actually easier to call long distance when local lines are jammed. Oh, and please don't forget about your pets.
Pillar 3 is all about supplies. And the best way to figure out what you need first is the rule of 3s. It's a fantastic guide. So check this out. You can go about 3 days without water, but only 3 hours without shelter in a really bad storm. See what that does? It instantly tells you what to prioritize. Getting water stored and figuring out how to stay warm are way more urgent than stockpiling a mountain of food.
And that brings us right to our 4th and final pillar: skills. This quote just says it all. You can have the fanciest gear in the world, but it's useless if you don't have the know-how to use it. On the flip side, all the knowledge in your head won't do you much good if you don't have the basic tools to put it into action. Real, true preparedness, that's where your gear and your skills come together and work as a team.
Okay, so we've got our framework, right? The 4 pillars. But none of this matters if we don't take action. So let's talk about what you can do, literally, this week to get the ball rolling. You're going to see just how easy it is to start.
Seriously, you can start with 3 super simple but powerful steps. 1, just sit down and have a talk with your family. Get on the same page. 2, next time you're at the grocery store, just grab 1 extra gallon of water for each person in your house. That's it. And 3, write down your most important phone numbers on a piece of paper and stick it in your wallet. See? These are tiny little actions, but they build real momentum. This is all about taking small, consistent steps.
All right, there's one last really crucial idea I want to leave you with because it ties everything together.
That old idea of the lone wolf survivor, going it alone, it's a total myth. Real strength, real resilience, it's not found in isolation. It's built together as a community. Think about it this way. Preparedness is about building networks, not fortresses. Just getting to know your neighbors, finding out what they're good at. It's a huge force multiplier. Maybe one neighbor is a nurse, another is a great mechanic, and you've got a killer garden. Suddenly, together you're all exponentially safer and more capable than you ever could be on your own.
So let's just wrap it up with this idea. Being prepared, it's not about what you're running from, it's about what you're building. You're building confidence, you're building self-reliance, you're building the freedom to stop worrying about all the what-ifs. So let me ask you, what does that peace of mind look like for you? Because that's what this is all about.